How to make press-on nails to sell. So you want to get started with a custom press-on nail business, right? Our last video on press-on nails guided you through the legal process of setting up for business. And in today's video, I want to show you more of the fun stuff in regards to setting up to make press-on nails to sell. Greetings all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Paola of PaolaPonceNails.com. So today we will be talking setup for massive press-on nail success. And since my very first video on press-on nails, I found people to be wondering who to sell press-ons for. And in theory, because press-ons are such a personalized item, you're essentially selling them to your audience, however big or small that is. But if you know how to create incredible nail art, say like Disney characters, etc., the sky's the limit as to who will love to buy from you. Just make sure you photograph your work the best you can. First things first, clear the area you will be working on from clutter. You want this area, whether it is a little corner in your house or a private studio, to be pristine, ready to create. Line up your table with a lint-free covering, whether that is a dental bib, a silicone mat, etc. Wear gloves. I like to use nitrile gloves because they fit nice and snug and they do not have that harsh and annoying smell of latex. Gloves help you from overexposing your skin to chemicals and help keep things tidy while working with gels. Next, gather your materials, those you will be using to create, like your brushes, files, alcohol, and acetone solutions, lint-free towelettes or napkins, and all trinkets needed for nail creation. Now, to actually create your press-on nails, you have to get nail stands. There are so many different little ones you can get. You'll need at least 10, and these magnetic kinds seem to be our favorites in the industry. I'll link you below on where to buy. In order for your nail tips to actually adhere to these stands, by the way, you will need mounting putty or double-sided strong tape, and I mean strong. If you use putty, make sure to use a big chunk, otherwise your nail tips will continuously slide off, making this process of press-on nails unnecessarily annoying. Now you'll also need a curing unit, and if you want to do a bit of flash curing, it's probably a good idea to have a handheld curing unit as well. Now, one thing that needs to be said about curing is that when you're curing your tips, you have to take into consideration the fact that they are not curing at the same level your hand cures in the unit. This may lead to improper curing if you do not adjust the height. One way to do so is by removing the base of your lamp and raising your unit so that it sticks out on a surface. So when it comes to actually choosing your tips, there's literally a load of different options. I'm using Japanese gel nail brand Cocoas, but the Après brand offers an excellent selection if you want a sculpted or extreme long look as well. I know there are lots of styles and brands on Amazon, and if they work out for you, great. Maybe I can link some recommendations I'll look through myself, but personally, I think the fit from the Après tips is unparalleled. And either brand, Jalip or Gel-X, offer different length and shape selection. I personally like long, oval, and coffin. I also think these are among the most popular with customers, so if you can't buy them, just buy these. Alright, so let's set up now. I'm going to opt for the long coffin as it is my favorite. Now, I recommend you do more tips than just 10. I know, it's a lot more work, but I would actually do 20. That way your client has all of the sizes she needs and maybe some replacements, and you are not randomly later sending off an extra nail replacement for one that didn't fit correctly. Of course, if you've sized your client before, then you can just make the amount she needs. But it is still a good idea to send extra if she is in between sizes. You could do whatever sizing approach you wish, but personally, I find sizing wastes a lot of valuable time that by the time you get back and forth, you could have created your 20 tips and then some. Usually, your client will have a definite nail you can omit. For example, you can omit the smallest tip for the pinky a lot of the times. Customers may also need a wider thumb size than included, so you may have to additionally buy double zeros. And personally, that's all of the questions that I would ask: pinky and thumb. Again, I think sizing is the biggest hurdle, but once you get clear on your approach, you can be off to the races. Additionally, you can create small, medium, and large sets. And in these sets, you put on the tip size that you think a small size wearer will need, what a medium size wearer will need, and likewise a large size. That way, your customer orders your creation in a size small, medium, or large kit. In this case, rather than offering 20 tips, each size can have up to 16 tips, so it will save you a little bit of time when you are creating. I've also seen press-on nail businesses have their customers measure their nail beds they measure the width, like sidewall to sidewall in centimeters, and again, they just kind of get back to you. But again, I think measuring just kind of halts production. but you do you. Just remember though that adding more press-on nails also gives you the ability to charge a higher price point, as that is more time and material you are using and spending. And if you are already doing nails in the salon, I would not charge too much less than what you were already charging. So in this example, I omitted the smallest pinky size and got 2 of each of the other tips. I got my lint-free area ready, and because I'm going to do a bit of buffing and filing, which I recommend you do on your tips prior to getting started, I went ahead and sprayed water on a napkin to add some humidity to my warm room and keep the dust from going everywhere. So the reason why you want to prep your tips is for 2 reasons. There is a little piece that sticks out of the plastic tip. You want to file that off or it will collect product at the free edge. And also you want to thin the free edge just a bit so that product does not pool there. You can also use a sponge buffer to remove dust. But again, I like to work as dust free as possible. So I'm actually just going to use a mild acetone solution to remove the shiny surface from off the nails instead of buffing. By the way, check out these new high quality washable files by Cocoas. Excellent for personal use or press-on prep. So what should you create for massive press-on success? Well, very simply, you can sell single color seasonal shades from your favorite gel brands. I think those would be easy to sell and they may sell on their own. But if you want to get jiggy with it and of course make a little bit extra, why don't you visit your Instagram feed and see what designs your followers have already been raving about? And if you're unclear on what those designs may be, you can use an app like Top 9 or Best 9 of the Year to have it generate the images with the most likes from your feed for this year or last. There are many websites like this that populate your most liked work on Instagram, so you can just do a Google search for them. For the sake of this video, I am using a glittery color and adding some crystals to it. So after you have cured your tips, it is time to upload your designs to your website and start selling. I showed you a little bit on how to set up your online shop in a previous video. Once you've made some sales, it is time to ship. And please capture and celebrate your first sale. So to mail off your set of press-on nails, you will need to create a small application kit. You can put the items in a baggie, add your business card, and it is totally optional, but it is a super warm gesture to write a note. This kit should mainly include nail glue, a mini nail file that can be used for pushing back the eponychium and gently prepping the natural nail. You may also want to include an alcohol prep pad, and some optional items are a wood cuticle stick and also a small sponge buffer. You can use any form of mailer to ship your nails in. The goal is to protect them from being smashed in transit. That is why the jewelry boxes have become so popular, but they may not be necessary for your single color orders. You'll have to enroll with a postal service like stamps.com. That That way you can always ship at your convenience from home. Having a scale to weigh your items is super helpful, by the way. You can get fancy and order a label printer if you like, or keep costs down and use the printing stamps that stamps.com sets you up with, and just write your address and the recipients. Don't forget to watch my previous videos on setting up a press-on nails business. And if you are interested in solopreneurship in the nail industry and learning more about Japanese gels, join me inside the Gel Boss Network private Facebook group. The link will be in the description box below. For more videos like this one and to receive notifications as soon as they post, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon below.